Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about monks. Why monks are cool, because monks are always cool. You just have to look at, say, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, any type of martial arts, and they all always are cool. To be a monk in Pathfinder, you need to be lawful. That is the only requirement. You can be lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil. But lawful is the only requirement. A monk gets, their hit dice is a d8. The ability scores I would give them as my main focus would be wisdom, because a lot of their abilities rely on their wisdom modifier. And then I would give the next focus would be strength and dex. They don't wear armor, so the higher the dex, the better. And they fight unarmed, so the higher the strength, the better. But they also have monk weapons. The downside to the monk weapons is they do the same damage your unarmed strike does at first level. So by the time your unarmed strike goes up in damage, the monk weapons are almost useless unless you get them made with magic and where they can add extra dice to the damage with, say, fire, ice, whatever. The monks have the best saves in the game. Their fort, reflex, and will is the highest it can be. And they're the only class that gets all three of them maxed out for every level. The race I would pick, of course, is going to be human for this. Feats that you have to go through and pick. These are the ones I would pick, but they aren't necessarily have to do this. You could vary this on how you wanted to play the monk. There are a lot of fighting styles in Pathfinder that are available feats for that have other prerequisites. And if you wanted to pursue that fighting style, you should probably pick feats accordingly. So that way you could pick it up when you want. But these are the feats I would pick. I'd pick, at level 1, I'd pick toughness and improved initiative. Toughness because you want those extra hit points. Just so that you can do the melee a little bit more than what would normally be expected. Improved initiative, it never hurts to go first. At level 3, I would take blind fight. Best descriptions of any martial artist is blindfolded fighting a bunch of enemies. Plus you could take the blind fight feat, and then you could take smoke sticks, drop a bunch of smoke sticks around you, and then they have to fight you in the smoke, and you can fight normally, and they would all be at disadvantage. And then level 5, I'd take catch off guard. It allows you to get attacks of opportunity in more often than not. The bonus feats from the class I would take at level 1 would be combat reflexes. And the second bonus feat you get from the class from my level 1 to 5 build is at second level. After that, you would only get feats every 4 levels, so 6th level, 10th level, and such. So they're not covered in this build, but something to think about. The second level feat would be Panther Style. It allows you to make more attacks of opportunity from enemies that are attacking you. And by the end of that, like when you get the third feat in that style, all your attacks of opportunity that you perform on the person that attacked you are all dealt damage to him before his attack hits you. So let's go back into the level build. So level 1, you get Flurry of Blows. So your class is built that while you're fighting with monk weapons or unarmed, you can do a flurry as a full attack action. And this is essentially a 2-weapon fighter build that's just built into this class. And it starts at a -1, -1, and then you'd add your melee bonus. Your unarmed strike starts at a d6, and all your monk weapons start at a d6. So that's something to think about as far as damage goes. You get Stunning Fist at first level, and you can perform it once per day. It's a wisdom save to avoid being, wisdom save DC to avoid being stunned. It's a fortitude save, I believe. The DC is 10 plus half your level plus your wisdom modifier. At level 2, you get evasion. So any effect that gives you a save for half damage, Dragon's Breath weapon, a fireball, an area damaging effect like that, you would get, if you make your save, you take no damage. At level 3, you get maneuver training, which we don't really use in my Pathfinder games because we don't use the combat maneuver system. We sort of still use 3rd edition rules for a lot of that, so it's just melee versus melee such, but I would give them this bonus. Maneuver training allows you to use your level as a monk instead of your base attack bonus for your maneuver checks. You gain plus 10 to your speed at level 3. So now you, being a human, speed's 30 feet, now you're 40 feet. So now you're as fast as the barbarian. And in a few more levels, levels 6, 7, or 8, your speed goes up again. So now you're faster than the barbarian. And then also at level 3, you get Still Mind, which gives you a plus 2 to your will saves versus enchantment. So you're going to be very hard to mind control and manipulate. At level 4, you get Key Pool. Key Pool starts out Key Pool magic. Key Pool, your key equals half your level plus your wisdom modifier. So that's how many points you get per day to spend. And it increases as you go up in level, of course. But you can burn a key point and make an unarmed attack. And if you do so, that attack is considered magical. So it's like you have a magical weapon. And then your unarmed damage at this level goes up to a D8. And your AC goes up by 1 point, as long as you are unarmored. At level 5, you get High Jump. Allows you to add your level to your skill roll on your acrobatics when making a jump. You can burn 1 key and add plus 20 to the skill check roll in addition. You also get Purity of Body at level 5, which makes you immune to all disease. So with this, I would also tweak this every time I build a monk. I'd build them different. So that's also something to keep in mind. If I wanted to pursue, say, a monkey fighting style monk, I would build it that way. If I wanted to pursue a dragon style fighting monk, I'd go that way. Look up the styles. They are in the Unarmed Combat book. They will help you to build what stylized monk you're thinking about. Monks are usually very hard to kill. I've never had good luck with monks. Within the first 3 games, usually my monks are dead that I run as a player. Now, as a game master, I've seen monks survive for a long time. It's just been my bad luck as a player that my monks never survive. Well, if you've had any interesting builds for monks or any comments on some funny instances with monks and such, put them in the comments below. Until we meet again, guys.